7 men, 7 strangers. Does that not make you a serial killer?
So I didn't kill them every day, did I? Did I go out there every day and say, I'm going to kill? If I did, there would be hundreds.
No, it took you 12 months.
Then he brings up Rex again, and that's when I just looked at him and I started stabbing him.
If I had shot my own children, would I not have done a good job of it?
Because, first of all, women generally don't commit crimes this heinous.
Right.
This is usually the domain of men.
That's unfortunate.
Hi, Gabe.
Hey, Danny.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Looking forward to today's episode because... Pointing at Danny.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Because this is a very special episode. We have so many things. Like, it's a little chaotic.
Yeah.
So, shall we describe all the themes of this episode and our special guest?
Yes, but we should lead with, which episode is this?
100K episode.
100K episode.
And now let's make that sound that people bow.
Yeah, I'll add it later. I'll figure out how to add audio.
How to do the sound. There you go. That's the sound. We did it. For those of you who aren't here from the very beginning, let's give them the lore, the backstory of 100K.
Is there a backstory?
There is. So on one episode in the very beginning, I could be remembering this wrong, but I never have parties. I've had, I think, 2 in the last 10 years. I just don't have people over. It's just, ever.
And they were wild. The photos from those parties would nuke so many careers.
So many careers. Anyways, so way back in the beginning, Gabe was like, okay, Danny, if we reach 100,000 downloads, you have to host 100,000 download party. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And it's just been this thing that's been throughout the podcast.
I remember now, as a joke, really.
Yeah.
I think I didn't even ask you. I think one time on air, we just said,
oh, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, get us to 100,000 and Danny will invite one guest for the 100K party, which, are you going to invite a guest?
Yeah.
I'm not a guest, a listener.
I will.
Okay, you're going to cop out and invite one of the people we know personally.
They will be a Patreon.
Oh, there you go. See?
Yeah. I feel like we should do something also for the Patreons and this 100,000. It's amazing. We did it.
Yeah.
And we never thought we would. That's why it was a joke.
Yeah. No, when we first, as you guys are probably aware, we don't do any promotion at all, ever, outside of our own social media accounts, which we post to not that often.
No.
So we were quite surprised, even in the beginning when we got, even getting 100 downloads on an episode for the first time was like, whoa, who are these people?
Yeah. But here we are. So this is a very special episode. And to mark this special occasion, I brought Gabe a gift.
She showed up with a tiny little kitten who we will post along with this episode and said it was a gift for me, 100,000 downloads gift for me. So
Gabe was like, what the fuck, Danny?
I rent, and one of the clauses of my agreement was you can't have pets. Something I think is worthwhile because of the below market rent I pay and the fantastic location I'm in.
Well, not only that, but right now he's also splitting his time between 2 different places.
Yes.
Not 2 different apartments, but 2 different cities. Exactly. And so it would just be the worst time ever to gift him a cat.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought it would be funny.
But the worst thing is I was considering it. I was like, would I keep this cat? Could I hide?
How do I do this?
Yeah.
Wow, that's the exact situation I was in when I got this thing. His name is Earl Grey.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking it's Edgar Allan Poe, but no, it's Earl Grey, and he was found underneath a dumpster.
Like most cats are found these days, it seems.
Mm-hmm. And we couldn't ever find a mama kitty, or there's one other kitten that was found that was possibly part of the litter, and nobody ever claimed them. So I was forced into the situation of, Danny, take this kitten or we're going to take it to the shelter. And I said, okay, take it to the shelter. Just kidding, I have it. And it's going really well.
As if the shelter is punishment. This kitten is 4 weeks old. It would have been adopted immediately.
Yeah, well, it would have had to stay there until 8 weeks. You can't adopt, I think, before 8 weeks. I don't know. A kitten's not supposed to be away from its mom before 8 weeks. So that's been sad.
It would have gotten adopted so fast.
Yeah, I know. It's so cute. We'll post pictures.
Yeah, you guys will see it. It's very tiny right now.
Yeah, that's also the special guest. The kittens. It's here.
Yeah.
I would make it meow for you, but it has fallen asleep.
On your lap?
Yeah.
Oh, guess you're stuck there.
I know.
It's a good thing we're not moving anywhere anyway.
Yeah. And besides 100,000, which is like the most exciting thing ever, it's also a Halloween episode.
Yes. You guys will be hearing this on Halloween Day. We're a little ways
Possibly.
off from it.
Around Halloween time.
Yeah.
Come on, Gabe, keep it vague with.
You're right. It could be any time around Halloween.
Yeah. Sometime in October, probably. Yeah.
Maybe the night before.
Week of. I don't know. Anyways, so, should the 100K party also be Halloween themed?
Oh, yeah. Just make it a Halloween party.
Halloween part? No, we got to focus on 100K. 100K Halloween
What
party.
if we all go dressed up as women from the episodes?
Oh my gosh. You're a genius. Yes. Okay. I love it.
You just show up in like old woman Russian garb with like soap bars. Like,
What was her name? Correggio?
yeah, that was the soap maker of Correggio.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was her name.
Cinciulli.
Cinciulli, yeah. Leonardo Cinciulli?
Yeah. Look at us. We remember things.
Yeah. Boom, memory. Getting hit in the head isn't bad for you.
It exists. Our memories. Yeah. So fun episode. Speaking of which, is it seguing or segueing?
Segueing. But I wish I told you seguing now.
So I'm segueing this conversation into, have you ever been to New Orleans?
No, I have not. I wanted to go.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've been to Louisiana, but never New Orleans. And Louisiana was wet.
Isn't it kind of like a swampy state?
Yeah, like you showered and you got out and it was just like,
Oh, like muggy.
yeah. I did go during like, I don't know, monsoon season or tornado season, whatever's the wet season.
Yeah.
That was for my grandma's funeral.
Oh.
So,
Well, that's not a good occasion to go.
yeah, I mean, it was fun to see it. There's like alligators and stuff. Anyways, never been to New Orleans though, which sounds like a whole separate entity of Louisiana.
Yes, there is a lot of different influences from various cultures. It's been a destination I wanted to go to for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I keep going out of the country because I'm like, well, it's within the, I can go to somewhere within the U.S. anytime. Like,
Yeah.
why prioritize it?
Yeah, seriously. And then while researching for this story, I don't know if anybody listening knows this, but I'm really bad with history, like horrible. But I found out Louisiana was once owned by, during this story that we're going to tell, by the way, it was owned by I believe, Spaniards and then the French.
Yes, Spain, then France, and then the
America.
US.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I never
that's the
thought about,
influence. Yeah.
all the cultural influences and stuff.
And that's not even touching upon like the immigrants from the Caribbean and the slaves brought from Africa and all of that just played one big, it was a melting pot, right?
Yeah, slaves are a huge part of the story.
Yeah, it makes sense. What time does this take place?
In the late 1700s to early 1800s.
Okay, yeah, we're going back.
Back a ways.
It's not the oldest time period we've done, but it's pushing it.
Yeah, it's quite back there. And for people who, I'm not going to assume you don't know, you guys probably know, but not Louisiana. New Orleans is known for like ghost tours and like haunted places and stuff like that, probably because it's so old and has experienced a lot of death.
Well, I've looked into it.
And voodoo stuff.
Yes, but also they have a lot of above ground cemeteries. And because of these...
Doesn't? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And because of the swamp, it adds this like eeriness in the evenings on top of the mix of voodoo, obviously brought over from people who came from Africa.
For 200K, we should go to New Orleans.
And just do an episode in a cemetery.
Yes.
Just like set up.
Respectfully, though.
Yeah.
We could do it at my grandma's cemetery.
There you go.
There we go. She would love it. She supported me.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should set a goal now for 200K. Like, what would we do? Would we just take a trip somewhere and like do an episode?
We should do an episode somewhere haunted.
That would be cool.
In the nighttime.
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
With like, what are those recorders people use to like record ghost noises?
Yes. And like an EMF reader and like...
Just have like a third microphone set up.
Yes.
And be like, how do you feel about this? Ghosts in the room?
Our other special guest.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Bam. 200K.
But is it going to be New Orleans or just any haunted house?
Let's leave it open for now.
True. Because what about the Amityville house? No, I bet you have to like, I suspect you'd have to have a lot of like political pull to get in that house. I can't imagine they would let a random.
Doesn't like, just like normal people live there right now?
Maybe.
I think it sold in like families moved in there, like a family, and they haven't experienced anything.
I thought the rumor was that like they may have tore it down and then rebuild a new house or something, but
I don't know. I could be thinking of a different house. I'm
going to quickly look this up.
I was just rewatching all the Conjuring movies.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently the house has been renovated, its address was changed, and it was sold multiple times, with the most recent purchase occurring in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like nowadays, there's so many people who want a haunted house. It's not what it used to be. Before, if someone was murdered in a house, the realtor would try to hide it. It would sell for less than market rate. Nowadays, it's probably going to sell for more because people are like, oh man, I want to live in the Amityville horror house.
The story I'm going to tell takes place in New Orleans in a mansion.
Oh.
And that mansion's now thought to be haunted. And Nicolas Cage bought it at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
He would.
And then he lost like $1 million when it went into foreclosure, and he like...
Because he couldn't afford it?
I guess so. He like went through like a bunch of tax stuff issues, and...
How are you that rich? And no, just hire a CPA.
I think it was his person. Like his...
Oh, like he screwed him?
Yeah. So anywho, to you. And well, we didn't really talk about how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Like Danny said earlier, I'm now commuting between New Orleans, between the Bay Area and Southern California. It is not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I have friends up in the Bay who I'm seeing more often now, and that's really nice. I'm gonna go backpacking and go do my third 14,000 foot mountain in mid October. So that'll be fun. And yeah, overall things could be worse. We're employed and have now 2 nice places to live below market rate. So could be worse.
Yeah.
But how are you?
Also employed.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Which one?
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
I have a kitten. Walter loves the kitten. Boo, we're working on.
How does he react? Boo.
He's just such a happy, like excited dog, and the kitten's so tiny.
Oh, I see. You're worried about the kitten being hurt.
Yeah. Well, mostly because right now he's in a cone. And
Boo or the kitten?
Boo. He's in a cone.
Yeah.
And he's like, doesn't have spatial awareness. I'm worried he's just going to like launch it across the room.
Yeah.
There's been no, like, he hasn't been aggressive towards it. He's been fine. But it's just like, we have to be very careful because he gets so excited and he has no spatial awareness. And Walter's just like a gentle, slow giant. So he's good with it. And Turtle Tegan, she's doing good. She has her last little wax that's covering her wound, and that should come off within the next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much of it is off now?
90% of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And how's it looking?
It's sad.
Oh, why?
Just because like part of her shell's gone,
Wait, it's like never coming back? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like it'll heal over, but I don't think it'll like fully grow back. I'm not sure. Or if it does, it would take decades.
How long do turtles of her size live?
I don't know. I've heard between like 30 and 50 years, but I don't know how old she is.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, and for those of you who aren't aware, Danny found this turtle on the side of a highway and just like took it home.
I tried to find its owner. Apparently they're invasive and regularly abandoned. And so, yeah. What are we going to find next?
Well, you got a kitten. I'm half expecting you to find like a raccoon or some other kind of non-traditional pet.
I know. Yeah.
Probably a rabbit, actually, because I didn't find them, but my girlfriend at the time found rabbits, and most of the bunnies had been picked off by cats, but she got 2 of them. But like that's how I got rabbits, just found in the wilds of the area here. Yeah.
So I don't know. We will see. But do you want to start the story? Shall we? You ready?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking me to start the story, and I was like, I don't know the story. Was I supposed to? If so, we're in for a bad episode.
Gabe, go.
Yeah.
Tell me the story of Madame Delphine LaLaurie.
Just make it up. Well, you see, Madame Delphine was born in 1782 to...
Close.
Oh? When was she born?
1787.
You're kidding.
No.
Wow. I guess I could do this.
You could do this. Just use your, what's it called? Like premonitions.
Yeah. Just tap into the collective unconscious.
Mm-hmm. We can brain share.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Madame Delphine LaLaurie And there's French names, there's Spanish names. We all know I'm going to mess them up. I have listened to how to pronounce them.
Yeah.
I have done my best. I'm still going to mess them up.
That's part of the charm.
I'm really sorry. So I don't mean to offend anybody. So she was born as Marie Delphine McCarty on March 19th, 1787. And she was a member of what's known as the McCarty clan and daughter of these French names, man. Chevalier Louis Barthélemy McCarty and Marie Jean Larrabee. It doesn't really matter. She had parents. She comes from the McCarty clan. Her family's wealthy.
McCarty's Irish.
His name's Chevalier Louis Barthélemy McCarty.
Oh, okay. So probably some blend.
Yeah.
But McCarty, I'm fairly certain, is an Irish name.
Okay.
In origin, anyway.
Yeah. So she grew up wealthy. Her parents owned a plantation. And so she grew up around slavery. I mean, back then it was normalized. It wasn't even like the fact that she grew up in it. It was just normal back then. And there's weird things, I guess, because in the New Orleans area, slavery, it was normal, but also like they were seen as people. And there was a law that you can't like mistreat or abuse your slaves in New Orleans at this time.
That was in Jim Crow, was it? Because she's born in 1876.
1787?
Oh, okay, never mind. That's where...
Yeah.
My bad. I'm 100 years off.
Yeah. And so... Wait, now I lost track. Where was I? There was a law. And then also like there was these... I don't know how to describe it. Like she had a cousin who was with a African-American and they had children together and there's weird, and she was totally saw them as people. And like, so she grew up both seeing them in a servant settings and then also as family.
So let me try to summarize this.
Please do.
So slavery was still a thing.
Yes.
But it appears that they're in this pocket in New Orleans. The racial line was a little more blurry with a little more passage between them. On the one hand, she lives on a plantation. Her lifestyle and the lifestyle of her family is funded by slavery, but it's also not so taboo where a white person could marry or be involved with a black person.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. So keep in mind, this was a really long time ago. So some of the facts are iffy. So some sources say when she was 13 years old and some say when she was 14 years old. She ended up marrying Ramon Lopez y Anguillo, who had a position in the Louisiana colony as a second in command to the governor. So he was Spanish from Spain, and he came here with his work position to be the second in command to the governor. How he ended up meeting Delphine is not known. No idea. Because back then there was like for higher end families, rich families, you know, in that society, there was like reports. They kept track of like who was courting who in high society. And there was not really any records that he was trying to court her. But then suddenly they ended up getting married.
I mean, do you happen to know how old the guy was?
He was
Ramon?
30. He was in his mid 30s.
Gross.
Yeah.
So how did this 30-year-old man even come to know this teenage girl?
That's the question. The family, McCarty family, they were high society and they threw a lot of parties. So it's thought that he probably attended some. And he was probably like, oh, look, they have a weddable daughter who comes from a family of high esteem. But in his position, he needs to get royal permission to marry, especially from somebody who's not, because he's part of the Spanish people.
Yeah. She's
not. So he comes here in this work environment and wants to marry a local. And back then, the royalty, the government he worked with, they didn't want you really fraternizing with the locals. So
Okay.
he would have to get permission to marry her.
Are you saying he married her without permission?
Yeah.
Oh, this is some Game of Thrones stuff already.
Yeah. So it's pretty cray-cray. And people are like, what? Why would he do that? And there's like guesses that maybe he like got her preggers.
I mean, yeah, that's what I immediately thought.
Oh, really? I did
Yeah.
not immediately think that because she's like 13 or 14 years old and that's gross. But
I mean, that's why yes, I mean, all the above, of course. But
yeah.
also, if he is essentially second in command of the state or the...
The governor. Second in command to the governor
Yeah,
of
what I mean
New
is, like,
Orleans
the governor at the time, did that still mean the state, or now it just means the city?
city.
Interesting.
I'm guessing.
Typically, yeah, governors are states, and then you have
It could be
mayors.
state.
That's what I'm wondering, yeah.
That's a good question. I just assumed city. I
That's-
didn't even question it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because governor could have meant something else.
Yeah.
I'm not actually familiar, sure. But regardless,
I don't know.
either way, he holds a position of political power.
Hmm.
And I would think the only reason he would commit to a teenager so quickly without permission is because he got her pregnant.
Yeah.
But, you know, he'll probably say it was love or some nonsense.
Yeah. So there's no proof, no child, no, you know. So like if she did get pregnant, either she lost the child or went into hiding and had it and got rid of it. I don't know if she was even pregnant. Who knows? But since he had contracted this marriage without royal permission, he ended up being fired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The big no-no. Don't do that. And so he's kind of like this super duper persistent guy and like keeps writing to the royals and like people in government nonstop to the point where they're just like, oh my God, fine. We will give you a job. So he's pardoned and given the position of Spanish consul to New Orleans. What does that mean? I didn't care enough to look it up because guess what? He dies.
Oh, no. What does he die of?
I'm not sure why he dies or how. He just ends up, there's like no record of what the cause of death was. He ends up dying off the coast of Cuba on a return trip to New Orleans.
Cuba? Why was he in Cuba?
It was like, no, he was like off the coast of Cuba on his way back to New Orleans.
Oh, was he coming from Spain?
I don't know, Gabe.
Just
He's dead.
Excuse me. Look, I don't know. Maybe like the winds were better in that direction. It just seems like a very
Maybe he
roundabout
got
way.
Lost.
That happened.
You know, it does. It happens.
But okay, so he dies off the coast of Cuba,
Yeah.
and the McCarty family totally didn't kill him.
Totally. And I actually don't think they did because at this time, Delphine was actually pregnant
Oh, with his kid.
with his kid.
Oh, well, yeah. And actually, the more I think about it, well, I could see parents at the time being like, cool, our daughter at least got pregnant by a politician with money. But then,
Like
the
a
guy loses
slightly
his job.
disgraced one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he loses his job. And then suddenly it's like, oh, well, now it's a loser.
Yeah.
But then he gets another position in politics. And it's like, okay, maybe he's not a loser. But then he dies anyway.
Yeah. And she ends up giving birth to a daughter in 1805.
Imagine being a woman in the 1800s.
Yeah, it'd be shitty.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah. Wouldn't want to do that. So then
1805, you said?
is when she gives birth to their daughter.
So I think France sold New Orleans in 1803 as part of the Louisiana Purchase. So we've now shifted from
Look
France
at
owning
Gabe just
New
like
Orleans
pulling these dates out of nowhere.
to the U.S. now owning New Orleans.
Like you think right now is a wild time to be alive, and then you look back and you're like, damn, that was a wild time to be alive.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think this would have been to literally shift ownership territory. Like it's like, oh, our city is now,
Yeah.
it was Spanish. Now it's French. I guess now it's American.
And like if you live there, you live there.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. It's not like the next day, like the day after the purchase, you're just like, oh, better put up my colony flag. And
yeah. And then like if I lived back then, the only person I'd want to be is like a rich white male.
yeah, that would be the best.
Yeah.
The best lifestyle.
Actually now here. Yeah. Yeah. In this current timeline as well.
Well, it depends because they have the highest suicide rate currently.
Shut up. Really?
Oh, well, let me always caveat this. Not factoring in Native American populations.
Yes.
Which Native American women have the highest murder rate. Native American men have the highest suicide rate and murder rate. Like typically. But
You take away that
What?
entire group of people.
you take away that entire group of people, and then white men have it bad. But they do generally have quite a shockingly high suicide rate. It is a kind of a problem right now.
Oh, no.
You don't want people to be killing themselves.
No, you don't. And it'd be really interesting to find out why. But
Yeah.
we're going to move back into New Orleans here.
Let's do it. Back when things were just amazing being a white dude.
So she gave birth to their daughter 1805. And then 2 years later, she marries Jean Blanc, Blanque, Jean Blanc, who is described as a, get ready. He was a merchant, a lawyer, a banker, a state legislator, a slave trader, a smuggler, and associated to pirates.
This feels like he wrote his own biography. Also, to say trader, slave trader, pirate, I'm just like, okay, so you just ship things and people from point A to point B. You don't got to flower it up.
Yeah. And then sell things too. And then bam, you've got most of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she had 3 daughters and a son while with Jean, before he died in 1815. How did he die? I don't know. But he actually was really involved with pirates.
Oh.
So seemed as though he had some sketchy stuff going on.
So wait, so he dies in 1850.
15.
Oh, 15. Thank you. I was like, whoa, that's a massive time skip. So he dies in 10 years after Delphine gives birth to her daughter.
Yeah, and she married him, Jean, in 1807.
Why did he die?
Why?
Yeah.
Ask God. I don't know.
Which one?
It's not like the history records at this time
Yeah.
were there, but not all there. So we know he died. If I had to make a bet, I would say something with pirates. Maybe he made a bad deal and they murdered him. I don't know.
I always forget this, but the life expectancy 300 years ago was like 40.
Yeah,
So I
also-
shouldn't be so shocked these people die. I'm just like, oh yeah, he was getting old by life expectancy standards at the time.
Yeah, I also don't know how old he was. So maybe he just had a heart attack
True, but her first
or got
husband,
sepsis
yeah, but her first husband was in his mid
or
30s.
pooped too much.
Yeah, diarrhea. No, dysentery. That was the classy way of saying it back then.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it makes a little more sense because he was probably not.
Or
that
maybe
young.
she murdered him.
It's possible, but Ramon died off the coast of Cuba, so unless she hired someone, I think it's just a
Well,
coincidence.
no, we're on to Jean now.
Oh yeah, but what I mean is
Oh.
it'd be one thing if both
Oh,
her husbands
yeah.
died in the same city with her and no witnesses. I'd be like, okay, she's killing them.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
think she did. And she was also, give a backstory into her. She was a socialite. She was described as very beautiful. She got along with people. She was always seen as personable, charming, beautiful.
But they
People
all
kept mentioning beautiful. So
Is there a photo of her? Do cameras exist back then?
there's drawings of her, I think. There's a really, really old black and white one.
I don't believe drawings. I've learned that drawings were a lot like common modern day filters. Like the artists who would do the portraits would edit out all of the unseemly features.
I love that.
So I'm like, I don't believe these photos and
It's
paintings.
It's cameras were the AI back then to
Yeah.
photographers,
Yeah.
to drawers. Okay. So he died. And, it seemed like he owned a really, really successful business.
Selling people, yes.
Selling people, selling things, banking. I don't know. So anyways, but after he died, she realized he was hardcore in debt.
Oh.
Yeah. So while his business seemed to be really successful, it was not. It was just him making it look successful, I guess. And Delphine actually managed to, so they had bought a lot of properties and stuff and things like that. And she managed to negotiate and slowly sell off properties for more money and pay off the debt. And she also sold a bunch of the slaves, and she managed to claw her way out of the debt and become actually wealthy again because she sold the properties for more than they bought them for.
but now she owns less things. So you're saying she gave up her like assets to have a lot of liquid cash now?
Well, to pay off her debt.
So she's still rich after paying off her debt?
She ended up being very profitable, yes.
Did she take over the business of her late husband?
I don't think so. I think nothing I read said that, but she did do really, really good. She negotiated not only the land, but also the debt owed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, as a woman back then is not a position I think a lot of women were able to be in.
Nope. Women couldn't vote, own property, anything really.
Yeah. So anyways, she did that. She became wealthy again. And then in 1825, she met Dr. Louis LaLaurie. I was doing so good with Jean. So he was between, there's a pretty big gap here. She was between 10 and 16 years younger than her.
The doctor's younger than her?
Yeah. So he had graduated from medical school in France and then moved to New Orleans. And then they met and started dating and then got married in 1828.
My knowledge of 19th century relationship dynamics isn't good, but it seems unusual for a man in that time to marry a woman who's older than him and has had kids.
It was weird. And not only that, but she was also the wealthier in the relationship and like therefore would have more power.
Granted, she's wealthy, but it's probably not real wealth because she can't actually own the property and really even control the finances. I would suspect her dad was like the de facto owner of her actual wealth.
I'm not sure. That was never mentioned. But maybe she married this guy who is so much younger than her.
Control him?
Yeah.
To have a way of like indirectly controlling your own finances?
Yeah.
I mean, and he is a doctor, so I would imagine, I mean, maybe doctors made less back then proportional to the economic environment, but I would think it's the position of even more prestige back then.
Right. Maybe. I don't know. People died a lot.
Yeah. But think of how much more they would die without these doctors.
Think of how much more they would live without these doctors.
You think doctors were killing people?
I'm going to just put this cat away really quick.
He disagrees.
Let him
He's
yeah.
like, doctors help people.
So she met him in 1825, and then in 1828, they got married after they had a son together.
I like it. Progressive.
The reason, yeah.
Oh, so that's why they got married.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't
so
okay.
I wonder, how many kids is she at now?
5 or 6.
I think six. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So anyways, unfortunately, it was reported that they did not get along together.
I wonder why.
I don't know. It wasn't really said why. Just like, apparently they didn't get along. The neighbors noticed they didn't get along. They would be seen like arguing. So when they first met, she had been living on a plantation on the outskirts of town. And then they got married and they ended up moving into the city in this like mansion, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of the neighbors and stuff would report like hearing screams in the middle of the night. They noticed that I feel like so weird saying the word slave, but I don't know if there's like a better word to use. But people would notice that the slaves that she owned would look really, really, really thin and like didn't look well. So the mansion like kind of grew a reputation due to these things. People would like look at it and notice it, but then she would also host parties and stuff and people would come over and they seemed fine. But on April 10th, 1834, a fire breaks out in the mansion and everything changes. So, lost my breath. Okay, rescuers find a black woman who's chained up in the kitchen. Now, apparently during this entire fire, neighbors noticed like there's a fire and they ran in to help Delphine, and her and Dr. Louis LaLaurie were like, help us take this artwork out and this furniture and stuff. And people were like, where's your help? Like, do we need to get them out? And Delphine and LaLaurie, Louis LaLaurie, God, it's a horrible name. They were like, no, they're fine. They're out. They're gone. But you need to help us get this art and furniture out right now, ASAP. And so then the rescuers arrive and they find this person chained up in the kitchen. And then they find other slaves I hate that word. But
That's what it was.
It's what it was.
Yeah.
And they managed to get them all out. And some were described as horribly mutated and chained up.
Wait, mutated or mutilated?
Mutilated.
Okay, yeah, mutated is like they did genetic experiments and they...
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
And in 1833, 1 year before the fire, I'm telling you this story, it's word of mouth. There have been no actual written police reports that prove this story to be true, but it is the only story that kind of gives us some actual insight into this home.
Okay.
So 1 year before the fire, neighbors report that they saw Delphine chasing a small slave girl with a whip, and the girl ends up running up to the roof, and and when Delphine is approaching her, she jumps off the roof and dies on impact.
Whoa, okay.
And Delphine tries to apparently hide the body in a well, but neighbors report it and stuff. And the body is found and she's forced to sell her slaves into other homes. So she can't own them anymore.
Wait, according to what governing body? Like, did other people force her to do this? Or was there some kind of law that...
There was a law that protected slaves from torture.
Combative treatment, yeah.
Yeah. And she was clearly going beyond what that law allowed.
Yeah.
So she had to sell them. But she sold the slaves to relatives and friends and then just bought them back where she snuck them into her mansion. So besides this one instance and the screams at night, there wasn't any other reports of abuse or anything until this fire, when people go in and find all of the slaves being treated absolutely malnourished and chained up and mutilated.
Yeah.
And it's speculated that anywhere from 10 to 90 murders took place in this mansion.
That's quite the range.
Yes.
How do you...
I have no idea. I got that on, hold on, I can cite it, history.com or something. And I was like, okay.
Okay. I would just think finding 10 bodies worth of bones is a lot less than
90.
50. 90, yeah. 90.
Yeah. And the only one that was actually, it wasn't even written about, but the only one that is rumored about is the one girl who jumped to her death.
Yeah. Which, by the way, very telling that a child would choose to jump to their death
rather than face her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the weird thing with her that I'm not really sure. So there was never any rumors or anything about her until she moved into that mansion. And part of me wonders if maybe it's because before she lived on a plantation in the outskirts. So she didn't really have neighbors.
More isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And other people speculate that it's after she married Louis LaLaurie that this started happening. So he might have been a catalyst or part of it kind of thing.
Okay. Do you know what kind of mutilations were occurring? Did they appear to be botched surgeries or experiments?
So if you go and take a paranormal tour of this place, they will tell you that arms had been cut off and put in different parts of the body, and they had taken brains while you're alive and scramble them like soup kind of thing, which you think would be that, but that's false.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no shot someone in 1830 something successfully reattached a limb to anywhere else.
Yeah, that's a good point. It wasn't really talked about, but from inferring the story of the girl and stuff, it was probably whip marks and lashings and beatings, that kind of thing, to an excessive amount, and also starvation to the point of death.
maybe you shouldn't say to an excessive amount. I think any amount of lashings and beatings.
Well,
Even for the time.
For the time,
I see,
to like
yes, yes.
enact that law.
Yes.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean, like maybe they were like I think any amount's bad is
Sure.
not like and not okay. But back then, I think there was.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. There was a law that said you can beat your slaves a little bit, but not like too bad. And they went beyond that threshold.
Yeah.
Back then you could beat your kids pretty, I think, easily too.
Yeah. Spank 'em stuff.
Yeah.
Don't
sure.
do.
Just
So-
spanking.
Yeah. Throw a chancla.
Yeah.
So people were like pissed at her and Louis LaLaurie. They're like genuinely upset, especially because they had gone in and they're like, is there anybody else we need to save? And she was like, no, save the artwork. And then there's other people in the house that
Yeah.
she didn't. So people were like genuinely like mad, and a mob comes, and it's thought that she somehow gets notice about this mob. So she leaves beforehand and she bails by boat. And it's speculated by every single source I read that she ran with her husband to Paris. And it's believed she died in 1842 in Paris. There's rumors that she was brought back to New Orleans and buried in a private historical cemetery. And everything I read's like, it's thought she's buried here. And I'm not sure if like they need to exhume the grave to confirm it or what. But like,
Could you? At this point, you would need some kind of proof that it was her through DNA evidence or records.
maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. So it seems like she's probably buried in New Orleans.
Could be.
Seems like a lot to like take a body from Paris to New Orleans, but you know, okay.
Yeah, how would you like? I guess just a really tight, like
Lots of
airtight
ice.
casket. Lots of ice. No, that body would be. I mean, you'd have to mummify it or just.
Make the body ice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So nowadays, the mansion is thought to be one of the most haunted places in the United States. I think every haunted place claims that title, though. And
You gotta. It's marketing.
there's ties to American Horror Story, where Kathy Bates plays her in Coven. I've never seen it, but
Me neither.
a lot of people have, so fun
Okay.
fact. And current reported paranormal activity is sounds of screams, the sound of chains, like, you know,
Rattling.
rattling, apparitions of people wandering by, that fun stuff. As I said, the mansion has had many owners. Nicolas Cage even bought it at one point. I believe now it's owned by a company that does tours. And there's so many ghost tours and lore about this woman. Did you guys realize I also found out that the word lore is part of like the generation younger than us?
Lore?
Yeah, they use it all the time, like my lore.
Oh, well, they use it like that, but
Yeah.
but lore has been around for. I remember people saying lore when describing like the background to certain video games.
Well, I'm using it a lot because I want to fit in.
Okay.
So, so like I said, like nowadays on the ghost tours, they say some stuff that's a bit exaggerated,
Yeah.
kind of like horror movies, I guess. And
Just a bit.
yeah. So early reports in newspapers and stuff mention mistreatment, starvation, shackles, which is all very bad, not okay, is enough to tell about this woman
Yeah.
who has zero empathy for people. Even it doesn't matter. So anyways, but not the elaborate torture devices that, you know, you'll hear about in these tours, which I'm sad about because I thought those tours were true.
You gotta make the money.
And it's true.
You gotta pump
Very
the gas a little bit.
Very true. So, Gabe, did you prepare a ghost story?
I have a ghost story.
You do?
Yes, I will tell you guys. So this one takes place when I was either my late teens or early 20s. It's all a bit of a blur. I think I was like 20, 22 or 21. But I was at my grandmother's house, and it was like a holiday type of season. So there was uncles and aunts and cousins there, and my cousin and I, being the kids, we got sort of put in the back room.
So you're like staying the night?
Oh yeah, no, I was there for like a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go to the back room and we each get our bed, and we're up talking at night, catching up. She was either in med school in Mexico or had become a doctor very recently.
Your grandmother?
No, my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're like sharing a room together.
Yeah.
My grandmother, no.
Like, damn,
Yeah.
good for her. Okay.
And ghosts are a not infrequent topic of conversation because everyone has their own ghost story there. My dad refuses to even talk about
the house?
By there, yeah.
Okay, so the house is known to be haunted.
Believed to be, depending on who you ask.
Right. Okay.
My dad doesn't like to talk about this stuff at all. And he's of the opinion that, like, why even talk about it? That just, like, breathes life into it.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's fun. Like,
I
let's
agree.
breathe more life into it.
I agree. So we're there, not even talking about ghosts. And it's late. Like, everyone's asleep. Or at least they should be asleep. And then late at night, you hear what sounds like, and keep in mind, the floors in this hallway are tiled. Just to give you an idea as to what the sound is like. And it sounds like a man in dress shoes walking down this hallway. Or like you hear like the feet. And it stops right outside our door. And we're just like, we just stop talking. And then you hear it walk away. And we're like, okay, that was weird. And then a little while later, we hear it come back. And she's like freaking out.
Oh my God, really?
She's like, I might piss myself. I'm so scared right now. Like, she is scared.
Right.
And I'm like, it's got to be someone like messing with us.
Yeah.
So I get up and I walk over to the door.
And at this point, you had heard it come outside the door and not leave.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's outside the door.
Right.
And I'm going through my head like, what do I do? Do I just like open the door and throw a punch? And like,
It's like your dad or something.
yeah. And if it's like a relative, like just if they die, they die. Like,
You did what you had to do.
yeah. But as I go to grab the doorknob, I can't bring myself to touch the knob. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's like standing at the edge of a cliff, right? And if you're just like, if you tip yourself forward, your body has like a visceral like reaction to go back.
Yeah.
I just like can't bring myself to open the freaking door. So I give up and I go and lay back down. And I'm like, what do we do? And eventually we just like waited out for so long. We both must have just fallen asleep.
Right.
Because we get up in the morning and we go and tell people, right? Like, and one of my uncles, who's the youngest of the family, he's like amused because he's like, oh yeah, like that kind of stuff would just always happen here. To this day, like if I had to place money, it was probably one of my uncles, like totally intentionally fucking with us.
But that feeling.
Yes, but the feeling can be like you create
You
that feeling,
create it,
you know?
yeah.
But it is like an instinct. But I think it's an instinct of the unknown. It's like your body being like, you don't actually know what's back there. And you opening this door, it feels like you're getting the jump on it. But really it gets the jump on you. You're actually in a more advantageous position if something were to come through the door. So you have eyes on it first.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can only come in one way.
Yeah. Oh, that feeling, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the one part where I'm like, I don't know. That's weird. Because like,
Yeah.
I know you and I know you like, if I had to put money on it, I'd be like, oh, he'd open the door.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that you didn't.
I know. And to this day, I wish I had.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it was probably just one of my uncles.
But maybe it wasn't.
But if it wasn't,
Yeah.
then I would have completed my number one bucket list item to punch a ghost.
Or there'd just be nothing there.
Yeah. But I had the thought too. I was like, okay, 'cause if I open this door, like I should throw a punch or a kick. But like, what if it is just someone?
Mhm.
Like, there's no way it could be my grandma. Like the footsteps were too heavy to be hers. But like, what if it was my grandma? You know, like
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
awful would that be?
That feeling's what's getting me. Like,
Yeah.
I told the story of the Queen Mary, right? When we saw the picture. Like, I hadn't felt spooked throughout the entire tour. It was like a midnight ghost tour on the Queen Mary. And they told ghost stories and stuff, and I didn't feel spooked at all until that last bit in that lit hallway at the end of the tour when, like, there's, like, not in a haunted place. And then he shows us this, like, picture of a ghost, and he just shows us a picture of the hallway we're in, and he touches it, and it's like that live thing.
Yeah.
And like this face appears, and like looking at that face, I got that same, like that
Yeah.
that reaction, just like fear, and like I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was spooky. It was a weird feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, my ghost story. I didn't
Yeah.
feel that at all.
No? Okay.
No.
Go for it.
This is the only ghost story I have, and that's why I'm telling it. And Gabe's already heard it, but maybe he's forgotten. So I was at I'm not going to say the name,
Mhm.
actually. is at school.
Okay.
the school that you go to before middle school.
Oh.
Elementary school.
Early.
Yeah. And it was like the last grade. So probably like 6th grade. Sixth or
For
seventh.
you, it would have been 6th. For me, it would have been 5th.
Okay. So 6th grade. And this school is known for being, I don't know if this is true or not, but it's known for being built on like haunted grounds. And the school is supposedly haunted. And the parts that are most haunted are the bathrooms.
Oh, I'm like vaguely recalling this, people saying this.
Yeah. So my stupid friends were like, let's go into the bathroom. Not even the haunted bathroom. Let's go into the portable bathroom that's like a way off yonder and not haunted at all and was put onto the school like within the last like 5 years and has nothing to do with ghosts. Let's go into that bathroom and say Bloody Mary 3 times.
Okay.
And I was like, this is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going in there because like, even if it's not true, I don't want to invite a demon into my life.
Fair.
Right? But I don't know why they didn't do this in the haunted bathroom. Instead, they chose a portable bath. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not a ghost, but I would think they wouldn't go to the toilet that can be moved around from place to place.
Well, it was like a trailer.
Oh, one of the big, okay.
Yeah. So you have like a ramp that goes up and then it's like a push door. Well, you pull it to open, but it's from the inside it's push. And then you go in and then directly in front of the door is the mirror and the sink. And then to the right is all the toilets.
Yeah.
So it's me and then 3 friends and they all go in and I'm like, I'm going to wait outside because I don't want to die. And so they go in and it's probably like from the door to the sink and stuff. It's probably 8 feet. Like it's not a short distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just standing there outside the bathroom. And then all of a sudden the door flies open and I just see them all like turn, like from the sink. They turn like they weren't expecting it to fly open.
Yeah.
And they look back and they see me and I see them. And then the light turns off and the door shuts.
The door shuts on its own. Like,
yeah.
So it opens on its own and it closes on its own.
Yeah. And then I just hear them scream. They all run out. And to this day, we don't have an explanation.
Are you still in touch with them?
Mm-hmm.
Ask them now. Be like, do you remember that story? And get their recollection of it.
Yeah, no, they remember. They've told me. We still talk about it all the time because it was so weird.
Yeah.
Because I was outside. We know nobody was outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw them all inside at the sink.
Yeah.
And I was far enough away that they know I didn't open it.
Yeah.
And I know they didn't open it. And it was a heavy door. It's just the weird. And then the lights turning off.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It was just so weird. And I don't have an explanation. But they do. They say that from the inside, they said it 3 times. And they're looking super intently in the mirror, trying to see if something would happen.
Yeah.
And then the door flew open. So that's when they turned around and they saw me. And then the door shut. And then the lights turned off and they all screamed and ran out. So, yeah, about the same.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. It's like there's no, like the lights could be explained. They were like on sensors, you know, so maybe like the sensor ran out. But the doors, it was heavy. I don't know. Maybe it was a ghost.
Yeah. I mean, what I like about both of ours is that there's other people there.
Yeah.
Because that helped a lot. Was like, this is not just something I'm experiencing. Like, I'm not just going, having a delusion here.
Mm-hmm.
And yours has the benefit of that too.
Yeah.
But I would love for you to ask them again, because every now and then, because a friend of mine told me a ghost story once that he encountered when he was a teenager, but back when we were both teenagers. And I asked him about it like many years later, and he admitted he like exaggerated a lot of it.
Oh gosh darn it.
So that's why I'm like, you got to ask them and be like, did one of you just like fling the door open? Because like maybe it just like rebounded and closed by itself. Like that's fine.
Right. The closing is, yeah.
Yeah, but then one of them, like, were they just totally messing with you and just like...
I just don't know how they even would have. They were like facing the sink when the door opened.
Yeah.
And then they all turned around like surprised.
Maybe it was all meant to prank you. Like, you got to ask them now to be like, was this just a prank?
I don't know how they would possibly... And like also, when we were all walking to the bathroom, I was planning on going in.
Yeah.
Like I changed my mind last minute.
Yeah.
So like, if I had gone in and it opened, I'd have been like, oh, somebody was probably outside and opened it. But the fact that I decided to wait outside and change the whole course of that story, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
To this day.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll ask them. I'll be like, do you guys, I don't know, bring in a super heavy magnet? Yeah. So, anyways, that's my story. And that's also the story of Delphine LaLaurie.
Nice. Thank you for the story.
Yeah.
Thank you all for helping us get to 100,000 downloads.
Yes.
That's pretty strange in a good way for us to have achieved. Still no sponsor. So if you're out there and you sell trash bags, knives,
Soap,
or
bleach,
anything used in some roundabout way by the women we cover, we would like you to sponsor us in this sort of ghoulish kind of humor we have.
Yeah.
As part of this ghoulish kind of humor we have.
Sure. And we also somehow accidentally made money on this podcast. So also, if you heard ads, please let us know.
Yeah. The platform we use is claiming we made like $12 or something. Yeah. So if you've heard ads on this podcast, we didn't pick them. We would like to know what you heard.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right. Thanks.
Thank you all.